Good afternoon. I'm still smiling, having just read this other letter. Let's start as always by coming to stillness. Now, Ellen writes, finally, after several years, I'm experiencing hours of great emptiness and freedom, silence and joy. I can now lean into and on this wonderful invisible stillness. It's always here. No thinking involved. What a relief. Well now, if I was your teacher, Ellen, which I'm not, but just supposing, at this point, I would arrange for you to have a great big trial of something to rather knock you off your perch, my dear, and I say this very kindly with the best of intentions, because you don't seem a very old lady by the tone of your letter, and you've got a lot more of life to live, and what a pity if you discover all there is to discover when you're still comparatively young. Now there's a very interesting passage in Scripture where it's said, God chastiseth those he loves and purges that they bring forth more fruit. Now this is very important, because on this long journey of spiritual development, we have little moments of what we flatter ourselves calling success, and then, lo and behold, we often find ourselves plunged into a slough of despond, or suddenly it all collapses, it all goes pear-shaped, and we find ourselves not as good as we thought we were. We lose this blessed peace and get ourselves in a proper state. Well, dear, because the journey is much greater than we think, than we've got any conception of. Look, God, if we can say anything about God, it's beyond our conception and it's infinite. Therefore, any idea of achieving anything of what you describe is but a temporary stop along the way, a temporary something along the way. I'm finding so much peace in the quietude of my life now. Well, good for you. Make the most of it. Practice, practice, practice. And each time, the more disturbance life throws at you, the more you'll be able to take. The bigger you'll get. And then you'll be able to help not only yourself, but all the millions and millions of other people that do not experience this blessed quietude. Just think about that. How about embracing all the disturbance of all the world in a great big armful of peace? So, make hay while the sun shines. I still have wild dreams every night. I never wake up without having to work to regain the empty silence I now experience as myself. Well, you're not unusual. I have dreams too. It's not unusual to wake up in a, let's be kind, not at one's best, one might say, and having to work. Of course. What's this life for? This life is work, 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 from cradle to the grave. And when you reach my age, you'll know that the work is only just beginning. I'm not at the end of my life, my dear. I'm at the beginning of what might be called graduating from preparatory school into the next one. Just think how this whole world is pervaded by death. Not only human death, but every creature that moves, the worms, the insects, the grass, are all destined to die. Now, how about the work to raise all that death to immortality? How about that? And is that something you and I can do? Or is it something that we've actually caused? Or are we the cause of the damage? Now then. So, are not one's little failures, one's bad dreams, one's failure to wake up every morning as starlight bright, are these not perhaps blessings in disguise to keep our eyes to keep our, how's the old expression go, to keep our hands to the wheel? To keep working. Otherwise we might stop working, mightn't we? Be thankful that the one who really knows, which isn't you and me, it is this higher authority behind the scenes, knows exactly what he's doing with us, and every one of us. And every one of us that has difficulties, depressions, and suffers in this life are doing it for a purpose. And the prime purpose is to humble us, to trust not to our own abilities, but to the greater authority, to God, which is the beginning of the greater work. And until then, whatever success one may have, be encouraged by it, and be thankful for the difficulties that we still encounter, which are indications that God is chastening those he loves and purging, that ye may bring forth more fruit. And you see, when we do this, we don't even think of success or failure, do we? It just belongs to this human kindergarten where we find ourselves in. Surrender to the one who knows and accept whatever in his mercy he sends us. Thanks be to God. Until another day.